What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorld, and as you guys have requested, we're going to be talking about Pass Lead Elite. We're going to be explaining it, the field generals versus mobile QBs. I was able to get this gameplay through Weekend League. It's going to be Tom Brady versus Lamar Jackson, which is actually very, very good for what we're going to be discussing right now. So pretty much I'm going to go ahead and focus on Tom Brady right now. The three abilities that I have on him currently, okay? Number 1, Conductor. Number 2, Pass Lead Elite. Number 3, Hot Route Master. Now, you don't have to use Protected because I don't really feel that it gives you enough. Obviously, if you're going to pass the ball and you have Hot Route Master, it'll make it a lot easier to get the routes that you can better lead pass. The posts, the out routes, the streaks are already there, but the post and the out routes, what happens with the pass lead guys, they can actually lead it up, to the right, to the left, down. They can do a lot of different things that these other variations of quarterbacks cannot do, like the mobile quarterbacks with Lamar Jackson and all these other guys that get escape artists. You can't really do the same type of lead pass action. So in this video, I'm going to go ahead and break down a couple things that I did and what I do when I pass the ball, when I choose to, and why Tom Brady is the better choice for me right now, and why I prefer, field generals over the mobile QBs. Now, if you are someone that runs like the tight offset and you motion the receiver for the blocker and you're using the escape artist to get people wide open, you don't need to change what you're doing. I'm just trying to point out to you guys that you don't need to have the actual play type be what it is for these players that are field generals to actually lead past the ball, all right? And the other thing that I want to point out and be very, very specific with is that you don't have to lead only left and right. You can lead up, you can lead down, you can lead on angles, downward angles, like by having it like on a diagonal with your controller. You can do the Pass Lead Elite, just makes it that much easier. I also want to point out Tom Brady is slow as dirt, but you see how you can still be able to move out of the pocket. The issue with this that I want to point out, you just cannot throw the ball while he's moving. Similar to how you get away with the roaming deadeye, the glitch, you just let go of R2 and throw the ball like standing solid. That's how you have to utilize that, just so you know, with the field generals. They usually cannot throw the ball in the run accurately. So once I go ahead and I stop and I throw it, you're going to see it's an absolute dot. Very, very accurate with these quarterbacks because the field generals generally have very, very good mid-range and short throw accuracy. So that's why those passes will pretty much always be very, very accurate. Right here, I also want to point out, you have to mix the run game in. You don't just come out and be like, yo, I got Pass Lead Elite. Yo, Gmias told me I got Pass Lead Elite. I don't care no more. Don't adjust your game too much. If you run the ball a lot, just know that you can pass the ball more accurately with a quarterback that has the Pass Lead Elite. All right, so we haven't gotten into anything yet with the Pass Lead Elite. I just wanted to point out some of the things that you're going to need to know about using a field general, because obviously they're a lot slower, which is why a lot of you guys are laughing at me, but you guys don't realize that when I need to throw the ball, if a dude comes out in a base stock cover 3, that's what's been happening a lot lately. Everybody's coming out in cover 3 stock, and it's covering everything on the field. With the gaps that you see through the zone, Tom Brady can now make those throws that I couldn't make with Michael Vick. You see, I could run around Michael Vick all day and be an idiot, run around, throw the ball off my back foot, backwards, no eye sockets. I can do all that. Or I can stand in the pocket and look at certain reads and make those reads, which is ideally what we want to do. So why would we want to run around like idiots with our head cut off when we could stand in the pocket and throw hot ones? All right, so that's pretty much what I wanted to kind of focus on. So we're going to have to go out here. We're going to have to play some defense. Right here, we're running 3-4. You guys should know that, I run a lot of different type of blitzes. Depending on what my opponent is doing, you always want to get maximum pressure. You don't want to ever sit and cover 3 stock and all that foolishness. So that's always what I've been about. So you'll see that in my gameplays, I'm pretty much sending everybody and trying to make the right reads with the user. Okay, another thing that I wanted to point out, some of you guys suggested that Acrobat was better than Lurker. That is false. Acrobat will have you diving and doing stuff like that, but it won't let you jump straight up in the air and get the spectacular catch animations. That is something that I do not want people to think is okay, because I tested it out and they would not jump for balls over their head. Only diving interceptions and swats and stuff like that. Specifically what EA says you will get. So it works the way it says it's supposed to work. Now this is what I'm going to point out right here. I'm going to go ahead and freeze it, right? You see on the left side, that post route? This is what happens. When you have a Pass Lead Elite player, this is going to be very, very important, because this is one of the biggest things. I have what's called, like I said, Hot Route Master. If you guys don't know that, it's a tier 3 ability right now for Tom Brady, where I can make any route for any of my receivers, running backs, or whatever, tight ends. that post route is very, very glitchy because I can lead past that post route straight up, to the right, down. I can even throw it back left before, like once he makes the inside move, if the corner is like on the outside and the safety is shifting to the right, I can throw the ball back to the left. I'm going to tell you this again. When you use a mobile QB, they cannot do that. They have to go the route in which it shows displayed on the play. You don't have to do that when you have pass lead elite. You can adjust, like even with the streak on the right with Randy Moss, I can lead past that inside deep to where it's like almost it's inside the numbers. Like when you see the 50, 40, 30, 20, I can lead past it inside the 20 with pass lead elite. And if that guy is playing outside leverage, I can make that throw. So what we're gonna do right now, we're gonna go ahead and resume it. We're gonna let the play go. Watch what Terrell Owens does and watch where the ball ends up. I'm gonna kind of slow it down for you guys to see what's happening. Look when I throw the ball. You see what happened? When I threw the ball, right? And you know, T.O. was right there on, you know, he's on stream, like going right towards where it is. I just led past it up. What happens is a lot of you guys, when you play with these quarterbacks, you lead past it automatically to the right because you want the receiver to outrun the person that, you know, that's usually chasing them. Like as we zoom in slowly, you can see that the corner is beat. So T.O. is wide open as far as where it's going, where the ball's gonna end up straight streamline. That's like I'm holding the D analog stick up, straight up. I don't want it going further right. I want it straight up. And Tom Brady's delivering the ball straight up because that's where I'm throwing it, right? The issue is on the right side, the other corner is gonna leave Randy Moss because I had him on a streak. If I wanted to leave T.O. wide open, I would put him on a drag, maybe put him on an in route. And that corner, unless he's in the deep blue, would have stayed with Randy Moss, and that would have been wide open, straight line, you know, straight streamline. If I would have led past it right, there's a chance that it would have been overthrown. So those are some of the things that you have to understand about pass lead elite. Stop thinking that it's only right or left. Understand up, down. You know, you could do different things on the diagonal. These are the things, this is why it's useful. Now, he still went for the pick. He didn't get it. We caught it, but it was out of bounds. But that's just one example. Now what happens is this. You saw in the previous play that I had the post route. Now I hot route it to just a regular streak. I don't use the fades. What happened with the fade routes is they take a step to like do a fake move before they go. With the regular streak, the way you see the straight lines, they just go. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what you want them to do on these certain plays. Now, with this play right here, because he's so used to what I just did with the streak, with the post route, now when I run a streak, the defense is different. He doesn't know. He thinks I'm, you know, you see him focusing on the middle. You'll see his defender right there in the middle of the screen. That's what he's focusing on. He doesn't know that I'm going to go ahead and throw streaks now. So what do? We know that we have a quarterback that can lead past the ball accurately to the outside and the inside. So now we have to see what that corner is going to do. If he's in a soft squat, he's going to convert to man, and then we're gonna just throw it inside because it's going to be man to man. If he's in a cloud flat, we're going to throw it to the outside because more than likely it's a cover 2 defense where that corner is going to play that, you know, down, you know, the down defense right there in that little zone over there with the cloud flat. Then the safety that you see on the right is going to go ahead and try to shift over to the left to make the play. But he's not going to be able to get there fast enough. Why? Because we're going to identify it immediately. And it has nothing to do with pro reads. You see him trying to move this, he moved the safety over late, so it's cover 2. But the lead pass, it's already so far to the left. That's the way you counteract the speed burst glitch that EA has had in the game for a couple years. I actually just lost my championship tournament game in the one of the games that I played for the Draft Champion Madden Challenge, which I was in. If you guys want to see those gameplays, check it out on GmiasWorld Gaming. I led past it with Peyton Manning without abilities and Draft Champions. He couldn't get the ball that far left, so it was picked because the speed burst of the safety that's playing the cover 2 over the top, he was able to run over there and get it. With the lead pass guys, they throw it and they lead it all the way over there. So those are some of the things that I want to get into your minds to kind of understand what the pass lead elite does. The other quarterbacks, they would have thrown that streamline. The safety would have probably made that play and, you know, picked you off and you'd be like, yo, bro, I can't lead pass it out cover 2, because it's primarily for those players that can get that pass lead elite. Or if you want to get the 6 feet lead and you stand perfectly in the pocket, the pass lead elite is on every throw. It's precision passing on every throw. So those are just some of the things that it will help you to understand. If you experiment with it, you'll be able to see the difference. Just make sure you understand pass leading up is a very, very huge glitch. It's an extremely, bro, it will go straight like an arrow. And that's what a lot of you guys didn't realize before. You thought it was only left or right. As usual, if you have any further questions, you know what to do. I need you guys to have a blessed day. Until next time, one love.